Very much for joining us on the program today.
Morning, Peter.
All right, so Alex Ferguson leaving Manchester United, a big story in the world of football, but you think that there's some lessons around succession planning that could be learned from there?
Absolutely. I think businesses in South Africa can learn a lot of lessons from this story. It's important that succession planning starts being seen as an integral part of any company's strategic objectives, so that they start to look at their talent pool and identify the skills they will need both present and in the future, so that they can start grooming people to fill those gaps. So that when something like the Alex Ferguson case or even the Gary Kirsten case that we had last week arises, that there are plans in place to address those.
And I would imagine, especially if they've been at the helm for some time, but even short-term managers, it's still important.
Absolutely. What we're seeing in South African businesses at the moment is a fast turnaround of top managers. And businesses are needing to make sure that they are always at the ready to replace those managers as the need arises, because you're wanting to make sure that you've got continuity, that you don't rock the confidence of your employees and your employee morale when somebody leaves unexpectedly, and that you have somebody who can then step into those shoes and take over seamlessly.
So what could be the consequences of not having a plan in place? You know, in the introduction we mentioned Telkom, SAA, and I would imagine even in politics sometimes, if a succession plan's not in play, there are consequences. What could be those consequences?
Well, there are a number of consequences. I mean, I think especially when you've got big personalities like Ferguson leading a football company like he did, a lot of the image and the brand is built around a particular personality. So when somebody like that leaves, it kind of rocks the organization, it rocks the employee morale. People are wondering who on earth is going to replace this person. And if it's a listed company, that could have impact on the share price. And you also have an impact on employee morale, who are looking to who's going to be the next leader. Is there a hiatus? Is this going to impact the success of the business? And so it's really important that businesses start thinking about resources as being very strategic, and making sure that they address and identify the key talent in their organizations and put the right development plans in place, so that you constantly are enriching your talent pool.
All right, so perhaps finally, okay, so we talk about succession planning and how important it is. How do we go about creating one? What are the things that we need to take cognizance of?
Well, when you are employing and recruiting, it's important to also look at identifying leadership potential with the candidates that you're employing, making sure that you then have a really good career and development plan in place within the organization. Identify high-performing individuals early on, and start making sure that you put the right development plans, career plans and training in place, so that they are ready to step into those leadership positions when the need arises. I think companies feel that succession planning is something for the future, whereas it can have enormous benefits for companies in the present, in that you are enriching your talent pool, you are creating leadership, and you're creating a workforce that is motivated because they know that they are able to move up within the organization and they have great career opportunities.
Michelle, we're going to have to leave it there, unfortunately, but thank you so much indeed for sharing your thoughts with us this morning.
Thank you, Peter.